And my mom was like, are you kidding me? Like, you were always a choreographer. Actually, you were even a director. Like, every time your cousins will come home, you will tell them what they have to do, what to wear, what they're gonna dance. You were making these choreographies already. You were telling them you were telling even us how to do the dim of the light. So there's light involved. It was a full production number. If I tell you we're gonna do Nutcracker in our family dinner on Sunday, it will be a Nutcracker. You know what I mean? I'm Marcelino Libao, she, they. I'm a ballet dancer with the LEIPZIGER Ballett and a choreographer for Black Box. And my choreography is called Silent Battles. In my piece in Black Box, I think the transformation for me is definitely the journey from the beginning of the piece and how one will find themselves at the end of the piece. And that means not just for the dancers, but also for a spectator. And when I was in this train ride going to somewhere, and it stopped at Eisenach. And funny enough, that was the time that Bach Orchestra Suite Dry played. And it just felt like Bach was telling me that I should use this music. And true enough, I listened to the whole piece through from that moment on. And I just fell in love with it. I started to see the dancers who I want to work with. I started to see the homage I want to do with the current times and all of this. And so for me, it was transformative in that sense, because even though it was just a normal music score, per se, it still took me to a journey. You're going to be expecting a lot of things. No, it's definitely, I wanted to do a piece that is light for the dancers and for the people. Even though there's heavy themes that I'm tackling, I still wanted people to feel like there is a breath of fresh air and some sort of hope without being, I'm not regarding what is happening in the world. So there will be a lot of, obviously, celebration of a theme, of lovely dancing and explosion and very, very strong presence of dancing, you know. And then there's also a homage to the soldiers that I always keep saying, and for whatever war that is possible, that has happened or is happening and maybe will happen soon. And funny enough, the more I was doing this choreography, the more the title of the piece came about, which is Silent Battles. And for me, this speaks in so many waves, because it doesn't just regard the soldiers per se, but also for any human being who is struggling silently. You know, you could walk in the street and you bump into someone and you had no idea this person just lost their mother or this person just lost their job. For me, especially being so out and proud about my queer identity, it hits close to home. And I think that's always important for an artist, to be relatable. So this is definitely something you will see in my piece, is the relation of a basic human feeling and human right, and express it through movements. I definitely want people to feel like, oh, I know that feeling. Oh, I am this person now, or I have healed, or whatever they are in their point in their lives, because this piece actually, even for me, is healing in so many levels. For me, Bach is a genius, of course, you know, clearly, with everything that he's constructed and created throughout his lifespan, you know. And it's interesting also how much of a strong person he is for the city of Leipzig. So for me to dive into that research, I really understood more of how much of a genius this person is. Every music he created, it just sounds so emotionally moving, and it has survived through so many lifetimes. And I feel like that's that inspires me a lot with his music, is that it's that strong. The message still lives, even if the time when he created Bach Suite Dry will be different from now, but it's still relatable to this day.